and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of the irae. So, we're going to continue the story, and I was wrong. I've been wrong in the previous episodes. So, Triva apparently had his normal, actual uniform. In these scenes, it was just how shadows played and how the CG was, made, basically, that I assumed that he's like in his other uniform of the LDO members, but he's like in his normal priest robe. So yeah, that was my mistake. Also, Schreiber case, it's kinda weird because apparently he's always faster than target. Like, as he said, he's like infinite, so if something is infinite, he's just infinite plus one. But Reinhardt's spear can basically hit anything, is always faster than anything. But Schreiber is faster than anything, so it's weird. But yeah, Reinhardt have more souls, like way more souls than anyone else, and his weapon, I assume in this case, is also like the strongest weapon in the game, basically, because I think like it's absorbing the souls, not Reinhardt himself in this case. That's what I think. That's why it was like able to overpower Schreiber's third degree. I think that's how it worked. Well, anyway, a lot of things got clarified about Schreiber, or at least kinda clarified about how like he's like opposite of Bay, basically, in terms of being like hegemony type and transcendent type. But it's not time for that, it's time for Sakurai backstory, so let's go and do it. It all started over 60 years ago, sometime in 1940, shortly following the outbreak of World War II. The formation of the Longinus Dresden Orden. Okay.
SS 長官ハインリッヒ・ヒムラーが仕切るそれはアドルフ・ヒトラーを名義上だけの狩猟に据えて、他にはラインハルト・ハイドリヒ、ルドルフ・ヘス、カール・ハウス・フォーファー、ヨーゼフ・ディートリッヒ、あともろもろ、つまり上級将校たちの秘密クラブみたいなものだったの。
Okay.
ただ問題があるとすれば、彼らは本物の清掃を持っていて、それに触れるのが一人しかいなかった。
Reinhardt, huh? The Spear of Destiny. A weapon that would guarantee the victory and veracity of German dominion. Henceforth, the influence of the only man capable of wielding the ultimate Afnerbere, Reinhard Heydrich, rose significantly. At the same time, he filled the hearts of his peers with dread.
表向きハイドリヒ卿は槍の管理者として日村長官のもとにいたわけだけど、実質的な力関係がこの時点で逆転していることは言うまでもない。
I can see as well.
だから長官はもっと簡易な槍を欲しがった。早い話。
Oh, that's when he asked Sakurai to forge the replica. Okay.
ハイドリヒ卿にしか持てないような真相は危険すぎると思ったんでしょう。いずれ持ち主ごと封印することを前提にシンボル的な偽装を求めて、その結果。
Okay.
桜井ちゃんのご先祖が？
ええ。当時国園宅の幹部だったカール・ハウス・フォーファーは著名な地政学者で錬金術の知識もあって、ついでに言えば日本に駐留していた経験もあった。私の家はなんていうか少し特殊な金属の生成方法を持っていて、それを奉納する神職だったから。
They've smithed tsurugis. They could, right? Okay, never mind. Maybe you didn't read Muramasa. If not, then check it out. Really good, really good. I also play this. I have playlist. A divine lance that would never rust, break or rot. They were chosen to replicate it.
ハウス・ホーファーに招かれてドイツに渡ったのは私の曽祖父。そして彼が作った複製品がベベルスブルグ・ロンギヌス。
Okay.
あなたも見たでしょ、あれよ。
ああ。 でもでかすぎない？
Yeah, it apparently can change forms.
あの金属は使用者の質によっ
Yeah.
て変形するの。
But like her own weapon would mold into a sword of flames.
結局偽の槍も特定の人間にしか扱えないものになったのよ。
Hmm.
トバルカインというのは清掃を作った火事の始祖を指す名前。
Oh. So Tubal Cain is a title of like the creator of this then. Okay.
桜井の血族はみんなトバルカインになる。
じゃあそれって。
そう。今の彼が朽ちれば次は私。これはあの偽装がある限り絶対に逃げられないの。
How does that actually work? I wonder. Like, what? Like, if Kain dies, like, in Kasumi Road, Kain dies as well, but, well, like, you did not get the sword, so how does that work? How you became Tubal Cain? They need to, like, I don't know, brainwash you or something? It's not like you automatically became Tubal Cain because the old one died. I wonder how that works. Like, in Kasumi Road, Kain died, so they needed another Kain. But she never became Tubal Cain, so... That's weird. Not entirely sure how that works.
だったら壊せばいいじゃない。
ええ。でも私にはそんなことできない。
It seems like you don't have to use it, so it's not like it's predefined thing. You don't have to become Tubal Cain, it seems. So please explain this.
偽装を使えるのは桜井の血筋だけで、しかも必ずああなるから。
So just don't wield it? For the longest time, she had considered it a curse cast upon them for the audacity of attempting to replicate the artifact of such divinity, but that was not the case. What they replicated was an inferior replica of the Spear of Destiny, one that would give birth to immortal Einherjar. Oh. So they originate from the Spear, the three commanders, and the Einherjars in general. Warriors who fought for the eternity beyond the precipice of death. Those of the Sakurai bloodline, bewitched by its prowess, would turn into a living dead.
あの中には私の家族が詰まってる。壊せないわよ。
Okay.
なるほど。じゃあ結局長官殿の目論みは大失敗っていうわけか。
そうなる。そして同時期にハイドリヒ教が暗殺されて、真相も偽装も行方不明。
Hold on a second.
第三帝国は破滅の坂を転がっていき。
Wait. Hold on a second. They assassinated Heldrich? Wait, Heldrich died actually from assassination in 1940? What? Okay. He vanished, so he went into the castle, I guess. He already been able to use his third degree, like creating this like pocket dimension, I guess, with like the castle of souls. That's how I assume his third degree looks like. Because we didn't had like anything about this yet, but it seems like the case. Like it's like his own like little pocket dimension or something. On the other hand, it might not be. It might be the third degree of Karl. I mean, Karl is like Mercurius is the one who trapped Heldrich in the castle, so he's not like coming back and like mess around. We learned that in the backstory in one of the previous episodes. Yeah, so the castle is like Heldrich, and this like little like pocket dimension or whatever where they are is Mercurius doing? Maybe? That was when the current Obsidian table, led by Karl Kraft and Reinhard Heydrich, made its move.
思えば偽装を作るにあたってヒムラーとハウスフォーファーを裏で利用したんでしょうね。誰がそれをやったのかはわからないけど、今となってはどうでもいい。
Okay. Into.
ただ黒煙卓にバビロンがいたのは良かったのか悪かったのか。偽装の継承で必ず紙幣になる桜井を彼女は効率的に操って長持ちさせる術を持っていた。
So Lisa, yeah, who would normally turn dead the moment they inherit the lance. But Sakurai didn't die in the like Ikasumi Road. Kane died, so lance should be hers. And what, like she should like instantly die? It doesn't make sense.
あの人がいなかったら私の家はとうに耐えていたかもしれないし、あの人がいたから未だに逃げられないとも言えるのよ。
ちょい待ち。それなら今シスターはいないんだから、あのデカブツっていうかあんたの兄貴は。
彼がああなってもう11年。多分持たないわね。
Transformation to Einherjar through the power of the false lance was imperfect. Okay. Okay. Let's clarify a bit. So Einherjars can be created. So Turbo Kane is really Einherjar, but he's like imperfect. So this is like in Sonnenkind. Like we have like imperfect Sonnenkind, so we have like imperfect Einherjars basically. Because of the imperfect lance. Okay. They could hardly move without Babylon's help, and could only escape the natural process of decomposition for about a year or two at best.
あんたやばいじゃん。
そうだけど、要は使わなければいいのよ。
Yeah, see, okay, so that's clarify things why I thought like it doesn't make sense. So yeah, just don't use it, so you won't become Turbo Kane. Yeah, so yeah, this is like pretty simple, like how to just not being dead.
そんな簡単なもんなの？
Yeah.
正確に言うと、順番が回ってきたものは徐々に吸われて、使えば一瞬。だから時間はまだある。
So it's going to suck your life force a little by little in time. Anyway, like it doesn't matter how far you are from this lance. It will suck out the life force from the next Sakurai, little by little. But if you make direct contact, it's just like instantly grabbing everything. Is that how it works? She still had a year or two before her soul would melt into the lance, and she herself turned into the imperfect, mindless Einherjar. That sucks. Well, Ren will not be happy that his girlfriend have like 2 years of living. We need to destroy this lance.
今のトバルカインは代々の桜井が融合した死体の塊、レギオンなの。兄さんは大きい人だったけど、さすがにあそこまでじゃなかったわ。
Wait, now I think about this. You cannot destroy this, right? Wait, you need to destroy this now, when Kain is still alive. You cannot destroy this after Kain is dead. If you want to stop, like, this lance of about killing Sakurai. Because if this lance becomes, like, inherited by Kei, that means it becomes Kei Agnerbere, and Agnerbere is connected to the soul of the wielder. So if you destroy this thing, then you kill Sakurai, basically. After Kain's dead. Right? So if we want to avoid Sakurai death in 2 years, we have to destroy this and Kain. Maybe not Kain necessarily, but destroy this thing, at least, and then we are safe. But Kain will die if we destroy this, because connected with souls, right?
体が朽ちて代替わりするたびに より大きく復元する。当代の桜井を核にして、その周りを霊的な肉の鎧で覆っていると言えばいいのかな。兄さんの遺体をこのまま朽ちさせるのは辛いけど、それはさすがに諦めないといけないみたい。問答無用で吸われた初代を除いて、私たちは待って待って待ち望んだのよ。この呪縛から逃れられる日を。
Having been coerced to slowly root away regardless of their action, they had no choice but to participate in the schemes of the Obsidian Table, to liberate souls from the lands of a prison and live as humans, to destroy the accursed weapon once and for all, remained the generation-spanning desire of all Sakurais.
さっきの臓器提供云々と少し似た話になるわね。どのみち槍を使えばああなるから、口が聞けるうちにドナー登録しておくの。自分の集めた魂をちゃんと再利用してくれって。
それは親族に頼むわけ？
本来ならそうだけど、兄さんは自分の代で終わらせるつもりだったみたいだから何も話してくれなかった。代わりにベアトリスへ頼んだみたい。
Beatrice died as well, it seems.
でも彼女も
Yeah.
死んでしまったから。
The current blockade and everything it contained might eventually be torn apart by others, almost literally like a case of organ trade.
私が黒煙卓に入ったのはそのことを防ぐため。兄さんの魂をベイやマレウスに切り取らせるわけにはいかないし、私自身が集めた分はベアトリスの再生を目的にする。
And with the advent of this battle, Kay fought to fulfill both of her family's long-held wish, as well as her own dream through a valiant victory. Yet reality was not so gentle.
それで今みたいな状況になっている。こんなところでいいかしら。
That was pretty fun. That was fine. Yeah. I guess I still want to learn more. Like, can we actually destroy this when you inherited it? Like, will you die if we destroy this or not? I'm not entirely sure. I think you will, but it might be detached entirely from the soul because it have like souls from like other smiths. Like Core is like someone else, like the original smith. God damn it, this lance. God damn it, the original lance that was created and sucked by this, like, the smith, like, the original smith inside the lance. I hear this, I think Muramasa. I swear to God. Smiths everywhere.
なんとなくは分かったけど、いずれにせよ、あんまり悠長なこと言ってる時間もないわけでしょ？だったら、感情的な問題はとりあえず棚上げして、あんたの方に中身を移すことはできないわけ？
無理ね。というより意味がない。言わなかったけど、私の剣も同じ金属でできてるから、そんなことをすれば、新しい偽装が生まれるだけ。
Wait. I missed something. Can't you just forget sentimentality for and take all the souls into yourself? Yeah, you could suck the souls into you. Bones from one grave to another. To the new false Longinus. So, Ellie suggested that Sakurai suck up the souls into her sword. But if they do this, that just make another Longinus because it's the same metal. Right?
それなら、あとは。
He knew what the girl been thinking, but that was one option she would never take.
言ったでしょ。誰にも言うなって。
この状況で隠そうとする意味が、むしろ私には分かんないけど。
肉親の魂を他人に預けられると思う？
To the stranger. Okay, now I think she's suggesting she wants to suggest that because the other person that we know that is have like disabilities and stuff is Ren. So I think she wants to suggest that Ren will absorb the souls from the Longinus. Because Ren weapon is not from the same metal. So it will not create the Longinus. It will just like empower his weapon basically. And that will be over for like Sakurai Blade. Sentimentality aside, it was simply too
少
dangerous.
なくとも偽装の中にある限り桜井の魂は核として残る。私の家系だけを狙い撃ちにしてるんだから、そのためには元の情報を保存しておかなければならないでしょ。でも別の生物、例えばどこかの女顔した人のものに移したら、それはただの燃料よ。消費されておしまいだし、そうなったらもうどうしようもない。
Are you looking someone? What? If that happened, Kate did not think she would be able to find it herself to forgive the young man, even if that truly was the only way to escape the blessing of the beast. Huh. So, she's basically willing to sacrifice her life for the souls of her family, even though that will kill her. I mean, they are dead anyway.
だからダメ。言わないで。
He had enough problems of his own. She was not planning to put another weight on his shoulders.
さ、放っといてもそうなる確率大っていうか。
そうね。だからどうしようかなって思ってる。
Even if Fuji somehow managed to preserve her brother's soul, that would still mean that they forced him into such an existence. Her brother would not wish for that. Besides, it was not like she could simply ask Fuji, someone who wanted desperately to reclaim his day-to-day life, to carry souls for her until she figured things out. Also, the other thing that your brother would not want is you being dead because Longinus would like suck out your life force. That's the other thing that your brother would not like to. So maybe take that into consideration?
でも少し驚いた。
何が？
あなた意外と親身に考えてくれてるようだから。
はあ、まあ暇だしね。
Kay hoped to see her frustrated, or at least taken aback, but the girl answered in her usual aloof manner. A troublesome woman indeed. Even more so, so than Kay herself.
で、まだお兄ちゃんの人となりを聞いてないけど、今のところ私の意見を言うとだね。
In that moment,
話はすべて聞かせてもらった。
oh, Shimuro, okay. A loud voice suddenly burst out from the speakers in the room. Okay, she was... I mean, Ellie have cameras everywhere, so... Shimuro just entered like the security room or something and just watched them.
なんかキーンとする。キーンと。
Oh, that was that loud. Okay.
話はすべて聞かせてもらった。
いや、先輩。すごいっつうか。うるさい。
です。本日はお日柄もよく。
Okay. What was she trying to accomplish? A cacophony of scrambling noises poured from the speaker until she finally found a way to properly adjust the sound.
話はすべて聞かせてもらった。
またそれっすか。
Yeah.
うるさいな。始めが大事だと私は思う。
Okay.
話はすべて聞かせて。
Oh, god damn it.
あんたそれが言いたいだけでしょ。
Kay could not help but agree with the statement. After repeating the line 5 more times, Kimura finally moved on.
桜井さん、あなた早く藤井君を探してきなさい。私のお婿さんにする予定だったのに。
Yep.
あなたなんか 赤マムシがゆ10杯食べて鼻血出しちゃえ。そしてそのまま2人で燃え上がってればいい。
Okay, let's not mess with Rhea then.
ねえ本庄さん、私この子見てるとメタメタにいたぶりたくなるんだけど、
Oh god.
どうしたらいいかな。
It's the second road when Rhea lost in the love war.
はんはんはん。とりあえずその名前で呼ぶのやめようね、テレジア先輩。
Wow. Eye for an eye, huh? Ellie don't like being called Honjo. Rhea don't like being called Teresia.
あと話に混ざりたいなら顔出しなよ。
あなたが用意してくれた服はゴスパンクすぎてお客様に
Okay.
気に入ってるくせに。
I know you like them, okay. Ellie couldn't help but smile. I had no idea what kind of clothes the cookie girl behind the speaker wore, but apparently she had no intention of showing herself.
とにかく藤井君は勘が鋭いくせにバカだからほっとくと全部一人で解決しようとしちゃうよ。
よくはないよね。
というわけで首に縄かけてでも引きずってきなさい。私はか弱いから無理だけどあなたはごっついから OK。
Wow.
先輩、私は
あなたは真面目にやらないからダメ。
今一番不真面目なのは誰かっちゅう話を。
桜井さん、
Bratelli complained that fall on the
藤
fears.
井君を死なせないで。
Yeah, that's important.
あと綾瀬さんを
That's also important.
やれやれ。恥ずかしがっちゃって。
Ellie shrugged with a mocking smile.
事情は大体読めてるんでしょ、桜井ちゃん。
それはまあ
No one had told her anything directly, but Kay was no fool. She could guess what was going on.
あれはお姫様って柄じゃないけど、クライマックスは救出作戦な感じなのよ。あんたも皆殺し儀式はやめるって言ってたし、手貸してやってくんないかな。
あなたはいいの？
私は会話すぎてそんなヘビーなとこには行けないよ。
And last time she also only watched when like Shiro fought with Bay and stuff in the previous road. That did not sound true at all, and that was not what Kay had meant.
私なんかを信用して
しつこいね。あんたの粘着具合をよく分かったし、かすみちゃんをぶんどり返すのにか。お兄ちゃんの処遇についてはその後でレン君と交渉したら。
分かった。
藤井君をいじめたら怒るよ。
Yeah, you don't want to get like on Rhea bad side. I can imagine. I don't know, like Rhea personality. I like Rhea personality in general, and she's like, she's terrifyingly calm, you know? It's like she's just like talk to you and it's like really calm and you're like fucking terrified. Like what the hell? Like you don't want to talk with her or like go, I mean you want to talk with her but you don't want to go into her bad side.
だからそういうことは顔見せて言いなさいよ。
Okay, for the two bullied the young man far more than she ever did or could. But for starters, she agreed. In any case, it would be not good for her if Fuji decided to mess things up when she was not around. What was he thinking, leaving her sleeping like that? Kay sincerely hoped the young man had not forgotten her promise to stick to him like a glue. That was probably how Ayase felt every single day. Yet no, he had an odd tendency to flee right after kinda sorts saving someone. Okay, this is pretty good description. Which made those he saved unable to chase after him.
いってらっしゃい。
Great. Ellie waved Kay's goodbye as the latter stood
エ
up.
サ君はほっといていいの？
ああ、あいつはちょっと特殊でね。無駄にタフだから死にゃしないよ。
Didn't like it.
その分きっと懲りてないから目覚ましたら首突っ込んでくるだろうし。
なら 今のうちにってこともあるか。
Kay had already realized there was something not quite right about the two, yet they were still only human. Allowing them to keep getting involved was not likely a wise thing to do. Yeah, they are like always indicated that they are just humans, they don't have like any powers or anything. Well, Shiro have like foreshadowing, like foreknowledge from Mercurius, it seems, somehow for some reason where plot wants it. And yeah, they seems like human, but they also don't feel like human. So who are they? Like, how can they move in the places that were opened when no normal human can enter? That is weird. The girl likely asked her on for this very reason.
ねえ、桜井さん、神父様は、その、
Yeah, what about him? Last time you wanted to encounter him by your own and you wanted to watch him fighting Ren. You wanted to witness this, so what about now? Kay could feel hesitation in the voice, sipping through the speakers. The girl seems to harbor a set of complex feelings of her own. She did not know how close Variatrifa and the girl were, but as far as she was concerned, the divine vessel had been the incarnation of terror. She was far more afraid of him than Lord Heldrich or His Excellency the Vice Commander, neither of whom she had ever properly met. She knew how unpredictable his rotten mind could be, blending evil with good, as if they were one and the same. Kay did not wish to let the girl down, but she had spent far more time together with the priests than Himuro did.
あの人は、生きてる限りダメだと思う。
Yeah, pretty much the same situation as in previous road.
救ってあげて。よかったら。
We can't do anything about him as long as he's alive. Save him if you can. So basically save his soul, I guess. Like you need to kill him and then save his soul, like from going into like Reinhardt Castle maybe or something. Because she said as long as he's alive and then you save him. Was she telling her to kill him or?
あの人なら、
Yeah.
多分みんな知っているはず。あなたのお兄さんのことも、あなたの前にいた人のことも。
そうでしょうね。
She knew full well that he was the only one who could answer her questions. But what would it all lead to? After all, being too afraid to learn the truth was the reason Kay unconsciously averted her gaze from the true nature of everything happening around her. Still, she was done running. From now on, she would think for herself, act of her
わ
volition.
かりました。
She could not avoid him. Kay would have to face her past and learn the significance of her past 11 years. The reason that separated her from those she held dear.
私にとっても、あの人は父親だから。
Wow. Wow, I actually said that. Okay. He was the one, breathed life into her lion heart. And so, if she wished to cast that name aside, she had no other option but to face him. Yeah.
ごめんね、他力本願で。
It was an odd feeling being apologized to by someone who hated her.
じゃあ、
うん。またね。
できれば、あなたも死なないで。
How would one describe the relationship between her and those girls? Commandery? Friendship? Alliance? None of them seems to fade. Yet, it was exactly that ambiguity that felt oddly pleasant to her. On one hand, she had embarked on a journey to set things straight once and for all. On the other, she enjoyed ambiguous relationships. She possessed quite a contradictory mind. In fact, the very man she would go searching for was the most ambiguous of them all. How she felt about him remained a mystery to her even now. They would have to make the relationship clear one day, and for that, neither of them afford to die right now. I think you established your relationship on the roof of the school already. Such were the thoughts that swindled in her mind as she left the club. Having slept for over 36 hours was more than enough to take care of both her wounds and exhaustion.
あ、どうも。いえ、別にそんなんじゃないんですけど。
Okay, Ren, where are you?
本当大したことじゃないんで、心配しないでください。
Phone call?
大丈夫ですから。え、あ、
Yeah.
あいつはどうなんですかね。一応元気にはしてるみたいですけど。ええ、はい。じゃあ、シローには連絡入れるように言っておきます。
Who is he talking to? Is this someone we don't know yet? Is that a new character?
かすみにも、はい。わかりました。今は寝てるんで、具合が良くなったら電話させますよ。
Someone who's like friend with Kasumi and Shiro and Ren?
じゃあおばさん、そういうことで。ええ、俺は大丈夫です。ああ、そうですね。ごたごたが片付いたら、3人で一度里帰りもいいかもしれない。
Who is he talking to?
学校休みですからね。せっかく長い冬休みなのに、かすみもバカっていうか、バカは風邪
Someone from his family?
っていうか。
It's not his parents because his parents are dead, but like grandma, maybe.
とにかく正月には顔を見せますよ。はい。
Yeah, he's speaking to someone from family.
絶対に。
I hung up.
約束。
I couldn't keep a self-derisive smile from creeping onto my lips. I've been breaking promises left and right these days, but this one I had to keep. In that sense, this rare phone from Kasumi's mother filled me with courage. Okay, Kasumi's mother. Well, you need to save Kasumi now. How will you explain her mother then that she died? The old lady was just like her the old lady was just like her daughter, talkative and energetic, and would hardly ever listen to what I had to say, but even she seems pretty frustrated this time. And who could blame her? In the past few days, Sawahara City saw serial murders, bombings, massacres, and explicable traffic accidents. You would have to be completely out of it if not getting worried. And no one is getting evacuated yet. Like literally like all of this happens and like everyone is like still chilling out. What the hell? Not to mention, her only daughter stopped answering phone calls. Yep, that's bad. Shiro family kept contacting her even since that bastard disappeared 2 months ago too. No wonder I end up having to answer all the questions, being the only one still within the reach. I wasn't good to drink with Kasumi mom, or rather, I couldn't look her straight in the eyes after a few events in my past, but she wasn't type to read the mood, much like her daughter, and I couldn't possibly tell her to not worry in the situation. Right, in this road, Ren didn't tell Kasumi about her father. And Kasumi don't know she's one of the like ancestor, like Liebe's children were her ancestors, right? She didn't have the dream or anything. They didn't contacted like kids in like amusement park. It's entirely different. She probably have no idea what the hell is happening to her. Like why she's like kidnapped and stuff. I would have been in serious trouble if she asked me to send a pic of Kasumi, but she seems to have believed my word this time, a notion that filled me with both relief and guilt. She trusted me, a damn cheat who spent half of his life lying to people. I was about to toss phone into the sea, but stopped myself in the last second. There was no point in taking my frustration on an inanimate object. In any case, it wasn't some flimsy, half-assed sense of heroism that made me loiter around the area so early in the morning. I needed to look reality in the eye, reevaluate everything that had happened to me these past few weeks, and face what was to come with renewed determination. The first week after I left the hospital consists mostly of nightmares and serial killings. Yeah, pretty much. We remember that. I ran into those maniacs on the second week and spent the majority of it trying to harness my newly gained powers. By the time the third week rolled around, it was all-out war. I saw hundreds of people die right in front of my eyes. And even I came close to kicking the bucket on several occasions. Hell, I tried to killing them too. And now, I was about to march off into my final battle.
まったくとんだクリスマスだ。
Well, full of, like, events, I guess. Also, Ren, like, are you fucking serious? Like, you go into, like, last battle, like, alone? Like, Machina literally just, like, ignored your third degree, basically. He just, like, marched in and he just ignored you. How the fuck do you want to fight them? You're lucky that Schreiber is dead. Today was Christmas Eve. If those psychos had something planned, they'd probably be using that day. Mainly because of what the priest told me the other day, something about Rhea's birthday and the blessing of the beast. If my suspicions were correct, we would run out of time. I had to put an end to everything before the 8th swastika opened, which could probably be tonight. In any case, there were still 2 left. The church and the hospital. I couldn't allow the home of Honjo parents, and the very institution that helped me recover to run red with blood of innocence. Which meant I needed to stop the church first. A home to both Humura and Sister Lisa. In the place I'd hung out around many times in the past, but at least there I could avoid involving innocent people. In that sense, it was the only real option available to me. I knew that storming the church, the bona fide headquarters, would be suicide, but I had no alternative. The bastards probably realized that too. It filled me with spite and frustration. At the very least, I wouldn't lose to them in terms of fighting spirit. I would make them all pay. That's not how it works, Ren. I know you try to be a heroic and stuff, but you know that if you die and if you lose, then everyone who you try to protect, Kasumi, Rhea, Sakurai, they're all going to die terrible death, and Heldrich will take over the world, so yeah, you should take them into the battle. The ranks had begun to dwindle quite significantly. Most of the ones I met at the start were already dead. At the same time though, their strength remained pretty much the same, considering only the small fry ended up kicking the bucket. Other than Kain, everyone that remained were the officer class. Trifa, Machina, Samuel. We couldn't even beat Schreiber in a 3-on-1 fight. What chance did I have against all of them on my own? If I succumbed to the idea that they were manipulating me and ran off to storm the place out of suicidal desperation, I'd never save Kasumi, let alone survive this whole thing. If I had no choice in the matter, I would at least have to make myself believe I was doing everything on my own volition. I would win, I had to. This wasn't me blindly rushing into the trap. No, this was me using my chance to kill them all in one fell swoop. I would get my perfect ending that way. That was what I've been telling myself, seeing my resolve with thoughts of victory and save at all. Yeah, just keep telling yourself that you didn't even like train your 3rd degree after the last battle. Like you have like literally 0 chance. Like you go there, you are dead. Like what the? I spent the whole day walking around town. I visited the school, my home, the tower, the museum, the remains of the amusement park, the bridge. I engraved all the places that remind me of this this battle deep into my heart. And ultimately, this was where I ended up. This was Harasi Side Park, the place where I met Wilhelm and Risauka for the first time, inherited a terrible instrument of murder from Kasumi, and ended up baptizing it with Spina's blood. With the opening of the second swastika at the park, normally bustling with people, turned into the graveyard. Despite it being Christmas, I couldn't spot a single visitor around. Also, how does that work? I also like wonder how this thing works that normal people cannot enter. Is it like they come close and they are suddenly like, you know what, I don't want to go to this place, so yeah, I will just like go back, and they just like unconsciously just like avoiding this place? Or it's like they entered and die and like their souls are sucked and bodies are like just like, I don't know, sucked into ground or something. Like they literally disappear. Like which case is that? Probably the one that they turn around, right? Because people would keep disappearing otherwise. So they're just like not going there. The tower, the school, and the museum were no different. The amusement park in particular had turned into the scene straight out of the disaster film. Each and every battlefield had a death seeping into the very course, and would likely never function as places of social gathering ever again. I didn't know if killing the bastards would return these places to normal, but I couldn't let them spread this terrible light across the whole city. That alone gave me strength. It shouldn't be too long till the sun set. I'd go to the church once it became completely dark. I'd make the 7th swastika the last one. If they planned to open both tonight, I had to keep them busy to make sure they couldn't split up and open the one in the hospital without my knowledge. Samuel probably can just like shoot it out from the orbit. I mean, yeah, I know it's not from the orbit, not orbital cannon, but still, she can probably just shoot it. And that was my intuition talking, but I expect all my fights would be one-on-one. And this machina Samuel seems to be the type to prefer that. They would answer a lone contender with her duel. Going alone would probably result in less complications than bringing someone who couldn't hold their own. It was a miracle that Shio survived those wounds, and given his personality, I knew he would want to tag along regardless of how I tried to stop him. Yep, pretty much I can believe this as well. In that sense, getting a chance to take care of things while he slept worked at my advantage. And then there was a certain other person I hoped wouldn't come. Well, that's not possible, like she's coming. I decided I completely switched off my phone. Really should have done that from the start, honestly. It would only bring trouble if she happened to contact me now. That happened! Of course! Of course! Unfortunately, in that very moment, as I was shooting for the perfect timing, my phone ringtone went off. The number displayed on the screen was not the one I recognized. Oh. That was most likely her. We'd exchanged a few texts before, but never outright called each other, which meant that her number was obviously never recorded on my phone. After a few moments of hesitations, I decided to ignore the call and switch off my phone when... Oh, okay. She just wouldn't give up. She would have expected that sort of clinginess from someone who had been planning to become an evil spirit. Exasperated, I opened up the text. Don't ignore me, blockhead. I've sent you something nice to help cheer you up. From ill old Ellie. Oh! That was Ellie who was calling. Okay. Oh, it was just her. Because there was no need for me to ignore her. Okay. I checked that apparently nice thing she sent me.
Oi.
Oh! Right, Ellie had the nudes of Sakurai. Right. I forgot. Okay. It was the picture of certain woman, completely nude, although her more private parts, like her breasts and down below, had been covered by black lines. Okay, she at least censored this. On the other hand, like, he's her boyfriend, so she could also just post like normal thing, I guess. And I wish she didn't send me these things either. Did that lift your
つ
spirits?
うか気合が抜けるって言っただろうが。
Yeah. Having a nosebleed over there. What a perv. In that case, have a look at this too. Oh my god. What is it? This time it was a picture of Kimuro. Oh, done by the girl herself, wearing quite the outfit. Oh, she dressed in that like gothic outfit or whatever that like Ellie gave her just for Ren. No one saw her in this outfit, only Ren. Okay. It honestly reminded me of those dubious looking night cafes. Then again, you could pass off this outfit as a stage costume of punk rock vocalist. Okay. Pitching a tent in your pants? Oh my god, Ellie. I would like to see Himura in that outfit though. No? Did those two have nothing better to do? I was trying to mull over a number of pretty serious things, and they went and ruined the mood in 3-second stops. I mean, they helped you relax, I guess. Well, I couldn't deny that the concert made me happy, but if I let them have their way, they likely keep sending me all sorts of things until sunrise. I figured I would give it a brief replay before turning off my phone for real. But then? Oh god. And now it's probably Kay. Oh my god, Ellie just played him to thinking it's her. Right? Fine, whatever, I'd answer it.
Hi, もしもし。
It's totally Sakurai.